expect more.
NBA Finals start on Thursday. Cavaliers against the Golden State Warriors. 1,800 media credentials have been handed out for these finals, including requests from India and Afghanistan. Why? I'm wondering why so many. It's far more than in any other previous NBA Finals. And here's a question for you guys.
It's bloggers in Afghanistan, without a doubt.
There's
your answer.
This is the most anticipated NBA Finals since. Which one's in your mind?
Bird and Magic, all of them. And there were, 5, I think, and the Lakers won 4 of them or something. For me, that's it. I think maybe if you want, Jordan's 6 championships, I mean, one was against the Jazz, and that one turned out to be the one. That was Karl Malone and John Stockton, and Michael got sick, and I was sitting outside when he was throwing up because I was just out there. But I think those Magic Bird matchups, because you've got the most valuable player versus a 4-time most valuable player. People wonder whether Kobe Bryant can beat the Warriors basically by himself. So that's what I would say. I mean, do I give you a specific year? I'm not smart enough to remember the specific years, but they were in the 80s, 86, wow. 85, 86, stuff like that.
For me, it's the most intriguing matchup since, last year. Because
Really?
Because I was actually more intrigued about the Spurs rematch against the Heat than I am this series. But then I'm a hardcore NBA lover, and for better or for worse.
It's about matchups.
It's about matchups to me. Yeah. So in terms of pure everybody, the guy at the water cooler, I'd go back at least 5 years to the last time the Celtics and the Lakers played, because everybody knows something of the history. The Celtics don't like the Lakers, and the Lakers don't like the Celtics, and they're on the opposite sides of the United States. But in terms of pure basketball, I would go all the way back to last year. I was old Tim Duncan versus.
Is it because you can't remember earlier than that? Is that the problem?
That may well be.
Well, he went back 5 years.
The truth of the matter is I think LeBron is a compelling figure, and I think the story of him winning a championship for Cleveland is one everybody can relate to. But I think that story is pretty hokey, and I also think the Cavs, outside of LeBron, are not a very interesting basketball team. So I do like the Warriors, though, because they're a jump shooting team, and can you become truly a dominant, all-time great team as a jump shooting team?
Well, for me, it's the most.
By the way, I got to disagree with you. Mozgov. Okay. Oh, that's going to be a story throughout the series.
J.R. Smith.
I mean, his history, J.R. Smith, yeah.
For me, it's 1991. Lakers and Bulls.
So
we didn't know it at the time,
okay.
but it was the start of a dynasty. That was Michael's first. It was Michael and Scotty, Phil Jackson, a Hall of Famer, the coach, John Paxson, the future general manager of the Bulls, Horace Grant, an all-star, going against the Lakers, and Magic Johnson. It was Magic's last appearance in the finals. We didn't know it at the time. But Magic versus Michael and James. What do you mean no?
Okay,
this is not your memory. This is my memory. This is not your opinion. This is my opinion. This, for me, it's the most anticipated final since 1991.
Okay, but you just ticked off all those great personalities, all those great players.
Hall of Famers everywhere.
And Woody just ticked off Mozgov and J.R. Smith, and I'm going like, and so? I mean, David Blatt, that all-time great coach. I mean, it's like, come on. I mean, I love the NBA. I think the NBA is much better than college basketball, and I know a lot of.
I'm with you.
Well, of course, because the players leave.
The players are a lot better, so it's much more compelling for me to watch. But all-time great series, if it goes 6 or 7 games, yes, it will be. And media credentials, there's always a lot of media credentials at the NBA Finals because, like soccer, basketball has universal appeal, and that's why so many media people flock to cover the NBA Finals.
Except you brought it up.
Yes,
you brought it up. There now 5 million websites, and so the NBA is smart enough in its marketing plan to actually say we'll invite people that like the NFL would go away, and so I think that's the reason is because of the freshness still of internet websites and things of that sort. In terms of
David Stern did a fantastic job merchandising this game around the world.
And I would invite you to actually look who's coming from India and Afghanistan. It's somebody that is from Afghanistan and India that live in this country and said we want to represent India.
Might be military. Might be somebody covering for military newspapers. We've got a huge presence in Afghanistan still. Why are you looking at me
Well, I don't think
dumbfounded?
that's true. I think I told you what the answer is, that it's sort of like Egypt had a skier in the Olympics. I'm sure you probably covered that Olympics. That guy was from Schenectady, New York, who called the Egyptian government and said, do you mind sending in for me a credential to compete in the Olympics? I think it's more likely that. I
Okay,
don't think...
fine.
You know, that
The
someone...
point I was trying to make is there are 1,800 of them.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Well, I
I'm
was
not
answering the
debating
question.
who it is from Afghanistan. I mean, we'll know when we see him sitting courtside. I'm thinking
But your point is
he's
also
going to be wearing something.
Your point is also well taken. As David Stern,
He's going to be
back
wearing,
in the
he's
David
gonna be
Stern
wearing
era,
a sweatshirt like
he
everybody
invited
else.
everybody into the arena because he
Right.
felt the more coverage, the better for NBA basketball.
I told the executive director of the Holiday Bowl once, he said, we can't get more attention. And I said, invite every blogger in Southern California and let them sit in the press box or aux box or whatever. Invite them to all events. You'll get all the positive publicity you want to because they'll be so excited you've invited them. Well, the NBA already recognized that. Bring them in under the tent. They're going to be so thankful when they invite somebody like Mark Kiszla to cover the NBA Finals, which he's done a lot more often than I have, and I've covered enough of them, but you've probably done 15, 18.
15 to 20, yeah.
I would guess. When they invited him under the tent, he would burn the tent down a lot of times.
True.
This portion of the mix-up presented by the Celtic Tavern, the official sponsor of the Colorado Rapids soccer team. The Celtic provides a bus to every Colorado Rapids home game, and you can tailgate 2 hours before kickoff with everybody else who loves soccer. It's just 2 blocks west of Coors Field on Blake. It is the Celtic Tavern.